Welcome to Miss Dragon's Menagerie. Everyone is welcome, everyone is accepted. The only requirement is that you are loving, kind, and respectful to one another. Bad behavior will not be tolerated.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the replay crew. Um, as you can see, I now have two accessories, and it's either my thing is really dirty, or the lighting sucks. Um, hey, Sandy Wendy, how are you? That's a little bit better. That is a little bit better for the lighting. I didn't have time to adjust it. I pretty much came running into the house and jumped on here. All right, shut myself off. Hi, Kent. How you doing? Yeah. So you can tell I have a new accessory the next couple of days. I had my biopsy done this morning. Thank you. Um, it was making this weird reflection. Duh. So I had the biopsy, the immobilizing biopsy that they give you. Yeah, isn't it nice? I had to go into town like this and go into the grocery store. Except at that point I still had my ice pack on. So I had an ice pack shoved into this side while I went through the store. Get me off of here, off my thing. So she was kind enough to color coordinate my outfit to my ice pack. I'm it hurts. It hurts worse than the last one, but they took out. Well, the last one was an ultrasound, so that was A, easier. B, they said this one might give me more bruising because they squished and immobilized that area. Hey Sandy, I got a fair amount of Novocaine, which helped. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's done though. That's my big thing. It is finished. It's done. I'm crossing my fingers. It's finished. It's done. Now, Thursday afternoon, um, I might be on a little bit later. Hey, Hi, Leslie. How are you? I might be on a little later Thursday because 12:30 is my follow up. Uh, so to tell me all the lovely news with this one. Hopefully, they got if it is a problem, they got most of it out because there was a lot. Hey, Brazzy, thank you, hon. Uh, there was a lot of specimen in that little bottle, so they got a good chunk of it out. So hopefully, I'll get a better idea. But pretty sure they're not going to put the results into my chart until I've talked to them on Thursday, because that's what they did to me the last time. I got the call of, "Can you come in tomorrow?" So I immediately went to my chart and there was nothing there about it. So maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. But I've got all my errands run today. If I'm lucky, I don't leave the house until Thursday. So a little bit. It's a little sore, and I walking, believe it or not, I can feel the pull, so that kind of hurts a little. I got to be, I can't just go speed walking down the grocery store. Um, yeah, I found that out the hard way. This weekend, I tore out everything from my closet. 3 bags went to Goodwill. I have what did I count? Um, this was just a biopsy. They wanna do I can schedule probably the lumpectomy or at least get the ball rolling, uh, Thursday, but they gotta find out if it's, 1 lump or 2 that they're removing. So, yeah, Most of the stuff that's been in my closet is already out. Anything heavy lifting is done. But I think last I counted, I have 37 We Are Change t-shirts. I have to coordinate them into, stuff from time I got it during the times of COVID, government t-shirts, yeah, just some of them I think I'm gonna put away. Like my Jackson Hinkle t-shirts I'm gonna put in the box with all the other boxes of shirts that I have are a little small, but my ass needs to exercise more to get back into them again. Yeah. But they're a Wagner shirt and then a Coast of Kiev t-shirt that's gonna get tucked and rolled away for the boys down the road. Yeah, I have to look. My goal today is to go through this or I don't know where, and get the new litter box put in. I got her the gigantic jumbo 24 by something inch litter box so her 18-pound ass can fit into it better. Snickers, it's okay. There's nothing out there. You peed in the litter box. But the pads, I have a mat for the litter to come, settle into so she doesn't drag it everywhere. And then I put puppy pads on top of that in case she misses. And even though there's nothing on the puppy pads, she's still scraping it like a cat does. So, yeah. But today's goal after this is to go looking through here, put the table away, which is that's really light, and try to find my off-grid bag. Oh, good Lord. My off-grid bag, which has 3 other externals like this. I gotta find it. Because my computer's getting too full. All my news blasts are too full. So I'm hoping it's in here. It's a big bag because it holds my MacBook. But since there's nothing in it but 3 of those it's compressed somewhere. It's in the house. That's all I know. So, yeah. I'm cats. Hold on, let me double check. I don't smell anything. Snickers, really? You just peed. That's all you did. You peed. You peed. No, she didn't pee. She did more than pee. I just did turn the light on. Okay, cat, okay. You think we were back in ancient Egypt. God, turn the fan on. Oh, you'd think that cat was back in Egypt. Expecting somebody. That's okay, hon. That's all right. Glad you stopped by, though. Evidently, I didn't turn the hall light on, so I didn't see that. Yes, she did do something. And was staring at me while I cleaned it up. Like, okay, my minion, you clean up my mess and call it good. Hey, Rick. Yeah. Well, I'm going to the oncologist the 9th. But before the 9th, I'm getting apricot pips coming in. So, yeah. I'm hoping, I don't think this one on the top is calcified. Wow. Wow. Either way, this one, if I can, I want it. Most of this is gone anyway after the amount of tissue that was in that thing. But the other one is like 5 millimeters. I'd rather take it out and find, get it out and over with just in case. They're also going to want to do a biopsy on a lymph node when I'm under the knife. But I'm getting the apricot pips in capsule form. They, ground them up and put them in capsule, and so I'll get that certain vitamin that does not like to be talked about here. So, and then I'm going to look into sour soap leaves. So, oh yeah, mine's so small that it's 5 millimeters, as the survey says. So it's like in between my fingers, from there to there. That's how big it is. So it's tiny. Yeah, I want to keep the twins as long as I can. My friend I've had since first grade, her words are, "Just cut those motherfuckers off." So yeah, I want to keep them for as long as I can. Though I have seen some really interesting tattoo work done. This gal looked like she had a crop top on. I'm not skinny enough to look to look the same as this gal did. No. But as soon as next couple of days, once these are over, probably starting Friday, back to the 3 miles a day running in place and my ring fit, because I know I've gotten starting to get a little bit out of shape, and it's time. Nobody's here in the morning anyway now, so I don't have to worry about people bobbing and weaving and people in my way. So let's see if it's. Oh no, I was hoping my meds would be ready, so my regular meds would be ready, so I could have him stop by and get them. Instead, I get a Palmetto State email. Gosh, so much to do and so little time. Good Lord. I didn't do the touch up the appearance bit. That little bar you can slide over, I think I just saw a fruit fly by. It's either a fruit fly or should be by now, woolly aphid season. Those little guys, they're little aphids, little itty bitty aphids, and they look like they have fuzz on them. So they call them woolly aphids. But what I did learn is I can't stretch my arm over the back of the side seat of the car so I could turn around and look what's behind me. That hurts. So, but did everybody have a good weekend? Anybody get to have any fun? I didn't leave the house for 2 days. I watched a 4.5 hour compilation of the Y-Files and then a few other episodes while I sorted through all my clothes. And then yesterday, again, sorting through my clothes, some more Y-Files and Resident Alien. There was a lot of clothes in there that I think I've worn once or twice, or even some I never wore at all. It was just like, it's too, I don't know, frou-frou-y for me. It's all the stuff I'd have to wear when I take mother out to lunch, because, I would have to be somewhat dressed up. This kind of attire would have been frowned on to go to lunch in. But I got rid of all. Yeah. It didn't rain here, but I pretty much stayed in my recliner and sorted clothes. I've got, what was it? Now I have room to hang all these up that were hanging in the bathroom. Then I tried to hang them on here. They're too heavy. They were tipping over this little rack. Now, granted, this rack was $30, so it wasn't that expensive, but it was tipping over that rack because they were so heavy. It's like, holy cow. Hate to see what it was doing to my hinges on my door. So now they're in my closet hanging up instead of having the closet's built in 36. Excuse me. So rather than having a wooden dowel, it's got a big metal pipe. So it's fine. I do need to cut it and find a new metal pipe because over 80 some years, it's kind of doing one of these. So, yeah. Put a new one in so it's all straight. But I've organized it by stuff I've screen printed myself, t-shirts I've done myself. We Are Chains t-shirts, and then the other t-shirts I've gotten. So I've got two of the same shirt, and I love it. It's from Oppenheimer Ranch Project, and it says, "Shh, no one cares." The first one I was a messy eater. I don't remember what it was, but I put spray and wash on it and then didn't get around to washing it. ADD kicked in, and the next day I went to wash it, and the spray and wash left a mark. I had to order another one. Nice. Nice. I had the weirdest dream. Speaking of app, of it would be like story writing, and it would give you like little prompt instead of like I think it came from the journal prompt app I have, but it would give you little prompts to write about. So if you start writing a story about something, it would pick up on what you're writing about, and kind of basically the app would be your muse, kind of give you hints on maybe you could go this direction, you could go this direction, and it would continually do that. But for some reason, um I was like working on this app, trying to write some stories. I was in like a holodeck. Yeah, I thought it'd be kind of cool. Yeah. I wrote it down in my notes so I wouldn't forget it. Um, the moon was close. I'm sure that's coming from the Y files. The moon was closer. Uh, didn't give us any gravitational issues, but it was just closer to make the ground brighter while one's walking around. And then there was constant falling stars. So, maybe you could wish on a falling star while you're doing all this. Uh, it's just a strange little dream. I don't know, but no idea why it decided to pop in that way. I have no idea. And I have know nothing about writing apps, and I haven't a clue. I still remember some of the run, go to, stop, the old DOS commands from 30 some years ago, but that's all I know. Um, yeah, I mean, line 100, go to line 2, and whatever you wrote out for line 2, you went and did again. And we had a begin. I gotta turn this warm in here. I shut the windows the other day because it was cold. There it is underneath me. Yeah, it was really cool. It would make a cool sci-fi story. It's unplugged. That's right. I unplugged it to iron. I dabbled with that a tiny, tiny bit when I was trying to understand how blockchain worked. I dabbled with that a tiny, tiny bit. So that's all I know about it. And that was how many years ago when blockchain first started? Uh, what else did I think of the other day? I'd like to have some hints on what people would like to kind of, uh, I guess you could say, hear about in a uh, basically a hiking meditation. If you guys want to see rivers, lakes, whatever. Um, because I've got the sounds and I can put those on loops, but I've got to write like, what I'm doing when I'm hiking so people can have that mental visual. But I'd like to see what people would like to have a mental visual of. I mean, I'm not, it'd have to be a Pacific Northwest hike because I don't, that's all I know. You know, Oregon or Washington beaches. I've only been to Hawaii once and I've never hiked it. No, I rode horses. That's what we did. So, lakes, rivers, mountains, valleys. Okay. I gotta get that started now that I'll have a little bit more time. But my first thing is finding all my drives. Oh, and if anybody has anybody like, I hope that's a fruit fly flying by. I don't like mosquitoes, but I don't think we have any. Um, Medium straight nail. Hold on. Yeah, it's backwards. Medium squares. All these times I thought I was stocking up on my coffin nails have been medium squares. So I got a bunch of them. I opened it to make sure that that's what, and if anybody wants to send me postage for it. Hey, Amos, how are you doing? You had a couple videos there where you're cooking, and I was like, gosh, dang, that looks good. No, but I need to get rid of them. Yeah, I kicked myself to ADD doesn't pay attention. She just reorders what she sees at the top of the shop, and that wasn't what I wanted. So if anybody wants to figure out postage for this, wants them, I'll send them. There. And of course, I've already ordered another box of coffins. Took a screenshot, put them in their own favorites in my Etsy, so I don't make this mistake again. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't like squares. I mean, I may keep one, just I don't think, no, get rid of them. I hate to throw them away. I'd rather just give them away just so someone can get some use out of them. Besides, you know, they are artificial nails, and I don't have any on right now because I took them off when I cleaned out my closet so I wouldn't catch them or put runs or anything in my clothes. So, hey, Kristen, how you doing? So yeah, I haven't had time to put them back on. Plus, I had to put these guys back on. And this you'll see me once in a while without this while this is on, because occasionally this gets caught underneath this. This isn't that's not the receiver. I mean, no, that's not monitoring, but uh, it's the button I push when I have problems. And the sun's been quiet these last few days, so I haven't had any problems. Oh no, no, but yep. I do have some screws I got to put into the wall later. I think once I get the closet put back together, which is sorting all my things. Tom of Virgo, when I take the time to do it, It's all organized. My dress clothes, Keith's dress clothes, my t-shirts, and from what different YouTube channels they've came from. Uh, what was it? The t-shirts I made. Stuff like coats. Oh no, coats are in the living room closet. All organized, and then within about a month or two, it'll be chaos again. But it'll be stuff I actually want to wear. Like I have a Vietnam era 44 long pea coat. I liked it because it was long. I didn't think about the fact that the arms were going to be long, so I can just roll up my hand. I don't need gloves. I just bring my hands up and do it, and it's not too heavy. It's Vietnam. It's not supposed to be too heavy, but keeping that. I have my son's jackets. This says basketball jacket and track sweatshirt with our last name on the back. I'm saving that for his daughter, so she can wear it when she's older. So all it says is McDaniels. So that's all. It's not like it says Dad's first name or anything. So she can wear that. I wore the crap out of the jacket. The boys didn't like them. It's like a windbreaker jacket. Still fits, but I'll save it for her. The monitor stays on until the goal is the 1st. It's starting to itch. Minimum is 10 days, they like. So we'll see. Yeah. I started to have a little bit of problem when I was in for the biopsy, but it stopped. It wasn't long enough for me to even click the button to say anything. But the other day was ugly. It was bad. But that's when we had those several storms, and I still think it's connected to it. The cardiologist looked at me like I was completely insane. So it's been nice. It hasn't hurt. I've had a couple of days where it hasn't hurt. It hasn't been a problem. It's been great. I almost forget I have a heart problem, but I just want to talk them into the ablation. Just zap it, electrocute that spot, and get it done with. Don't have to deal with it anymore. Oh, I'm so looking forward to the next 3.5 days at the house. I got that room to organize, this room to organize. My dumb ass got. I need to stop. 2 more kimonos. I actually got to wear one Saturday. The house was about 60 degrees because it was 60 degrees outside, and I was like, finally, I get to actually use one. But I got a dark purple and a the light green's in the washer and the dark purple's in the living room. It goes into the washer next by itself, so I don't do what I did with the white one and wash it with the red one and it turned pink. So that worn out. Oh gosh, I think of redneck clothes that they just become sleeveless t-shirts. That's what they do around here. They become sleeveless t-shirts, and then hubby ends up looking like Zeke from Bob's Burgers. So 150, my Fitbit tells me. You have 225 more steps to do this hour. It's because I've been sitting down, that's why. Good Lord. I guess I heard Reese did a 5-hour show. Like, how in the hell can you sit that long? You know, it's like that's terrible. I can't. I can't even. I sit about an hour, and that's good. That's good. Can't sit much more than that, unless I'm driving and driving 2 extra hours than I planned when I forgot my purse. That reminds me, I need to review that place. It's fun, and I definitely want to go back, and I will definitely um doing okay. I'm holding in there. So I have an extra patch. Just call me Patches. That should stay on for a day or two, hopefully just a day, and then I'll have the steering strips exposed. But hopefully that'll be done. I have these weird. Okay, my daughter-in-law, or I don't know. They finally get the paperwork rolling. Someone gave them to her. She left them here when they moved out. Gave them to us. They're like they look like metal twine balls. It's like someone took a bunch of one of them's barbed wire. One's just looks like baling wire. Um, they're supposed to do something when you leave them outside during an electrical storm, in which they are outside. They're weird. They're very, very weird. Yes, it is fall. It doesn't feel like it here. It's gonna be lower 80s today. That's why I my air conditioning's not plugged in, but I'll survive. I'm kind of ready for fall. Fall's my favorite season. Um, Spring is nice, but when spring gets here, I want summer to get here. And so fall, I like to just relax and take my time and, you know, get ready for the cold. It's okay, Sasquatch. I'm glad you stopped by. Yep. You guys, I'm glad you stopped by, even if it's for a bit. Um, I did order it's gotta go back. Um, a rear view mirror holder for my phone. It doesn't fit with that stupid uh my rear view mirror is about that thick. So I gotta return it. Start a return. When I return it Thursday, then I found one that will work. Because my rearview mirror has all the little buttons for OnStar and all that on it. But it clips up to the top thing and then dangles down, and that will work. So eventually I'll get one, so if I go someplace I can just talk to you guys instead of you guys just staring at the back seat of my car or the side of my ear. Feel like you're at the optometrist's office going, stare at the side of my ear, please. Now there's the other side. Stare at the tip of the ear. Yeah, that's what mine does. I have to go see my eye doctor. Does when they put that really bright light that goes back and forth and that you see stuff in your eyeball. I don't know. So yeah. So hopefully I can get this thing figured out, because now I'm not sure how, and I'll have to look it up. I can get the one I have now unstuck from my dashboard, if anybody knows how. They have that little rubber suction cup thing. Well, it's stuck to my dashboard. So I don't know. Hopefully I didn't my dashboard where I'm stuck with that thing on there continually now till I get rid of my car. Which I don't want to get rid of my car. It's only got 210,000 miles on it. And it's a 3.9 liter engine for a car. Okay. Yeah. I hate my internet so bad. But this is why I do it in the middle of the day when nobody's here. I thought getting a new modem would help. One from CenturyTel. I swear to God, my old one was better. It's nice where I could put my phone out on the porch and get a better signal and work better on my computer. But so I'm hoping. Oh shit! Hold on. It's a Yakima call. Hello. Hi. I've got oncology in Swedish on the 9th. Yes. All right. Thank you. All right. Bye bye. Every call that comes in from Yakima, I answer. Luckily, it was just to get my, what do they call them? My regular doctor. Just so he has it in his notes where I'm going and what I'm getting done and all that other fun stuff. I don't know. I can look it up. I haven't. I gotta. Yeah. All those Kristen. Yeah, all those hoops that have got to be jumped. But I think Ohana did the referral for Issaquah at Swedish Oncology. But now, Rick, I got to find something that I can just kind of slowly maybe soak underneath that disc so I can get it off under the, I don't know. I don't want to rip. I cannot do to my dash what I did to my wall here and gorilla it and have a hole in my dash. Like I have that thin outer layer of plaster that is now gone and my texture's gone and now I just have plaster and I hid it underneath the sign. So, but I'm hoping okay. Well, the only problem I can might be able to, but it's still got that rotating thing above the sticky place. That suction cup has just suctioned itself too well. Thank you, Kristen. I'm hoping my oncologist that I'm getting in Issaquah can direct the treatment that I need to get in Yakima because I ain't driving over the pass in the winter to get this shit done. So, gonna just keep my brain busy for the next few days. I mean, because when I saw that Yakima, I was like, shit. Because okay, hopefully I gotta be concerned not to melt the holder that's stuck there. I'll get a picture tomorrow and I'll put it up here. Yeah. Yeah, Kristen knows what it's like to drive over Snoqualmie Pass in the wintertime. Us Washingtonians dread it. I've had to go over White Pass, I think, is actually better going over White Pass than Snoqualmie. But it's not a wide of road. But it's more south in the state. So it's not too bad. I mean, one year I went the good old Intrepid at Dodge Intrepid and going over 25 miles an hour. We're all just crawling along. It was just packed, snow packed. Okay. Take the kids, or no, go to pick up the kids in Tenino. Get to Tenino, and then I hear after we went over the pass, change required. Okay. Go to whatever it was, AutoZone, whatever, got chains, went to go back over. There was less than half the amount of snow I drove over on without any chains. Oh my God, yeah. I did learn, okay, Washingtonians tend to know going down I-90, you leave Ellensburg, you got to hit Indian John's, coming and going, east and west. But I also learned the top of the pass has a DOT rest area. So if need be, you can hit that too. Or if you wait too long and you're going into Seattle, you stop off at North Bend at the Mount Si AM PM, where they did that movie with Sandra Bullock, Jeff Bridges, Kevin Bacon, where he kidnaps her and takes her down Blood Alley, Highway 18. But yeah, it's like for me, I have to head east, past the Yakima, head north for a while, and then finally head west to get to Seattle. Oh my God, that stereo had to be huge. I loved mine. I loved it. Nice, big ass, wide touring tires. That thing hugged the road. I've had to do that too, Brazzy. Yeah, I know. If you look, it's not as the way it used to be when I was a kid, but it used to look like the profile of Abraham Lincoln. Mount Si. It was really neat looking. Now, growing up as a kid, we would drive to Vegas to see my aunt, Henderson. It's all the same area now. Down, what is it, 98 or whatever, from Jackpot all the way down to Vegas. You got Ely and Wells. That's all you got in between. I had to learn to pee in sagebrush. So, yes. Oh my God. Good Lord. Because I don't know if anybody knows what the older Intrepids look like. Mine was that beautiful dark, they called it island teal. It was like blue in one angle, green in another. Loved it. Great car. I couldn't see the full hood because I'm so short. I had to drive by the windshield washer nozzles. So, oh yeah. So they tell you that where's that one? The one in Sela. Don't go past this wall because there's a high chance you're going to run into rattlesnakes. So, and if you're at the petrified forest, you're going to run into lots and lots of orb spiders. And I mean lots of orb spiders. That's why he still hasn't been scattered yet. I'm just hoping maybe in the fall they won't be as active. So, man, that had to be a huge stereo. Because that car was, it was great having two teenage boys. They had enough room. They weren't unlike my childhood, squished in the back seat of a Pinto. So they had enough room so they wouldn't have to sit there and fight with each other. But somewhere on, I think it's in this, not in this thing, but my photo bucket has a picture of my car. I can't find it anymore. I had it bookmarked in an older phone, but I can't find it anymore. I had typed in just so I could see what color it was and what, show somebody what color my car was, because a lot of the pickups came up with that really pretty green too. Kelley Blue Book. And I don't know where in the hell they got that. It was my picture of my car in my driveway. I don't know how they got it, but they did. I found it on an image search, and I'm like, what the hell? I had to put it out there publicly somewhere. The only place I could think of I put it was and that doesn't even exist anymore. The Was it TPRC? The paranormal or some it was a message board that someone made, and we'd help them pay for the hosting of it. Be, this is way back when there was drama on the TAPS, Ghost Hunters TAPS, the Atlantic Paranormal Society message board. There was a bunch of drama, so a bunch of us split off and went to our own little uh, community message board community, and of course then we followed each other on MySpace. This is how old this was. And now I still got several of them on my Facebook. And yeah, yeah. So yeah, it was kind of creepy. That's the only thing. I know there was one page, I think, that was relatively public on the TPRC message board, and that might have been where I put it and somebody found it, and I don't know. It was really weird. But yeah. It's been quite a while. Yeah. This Man. Spent a lot of time in this room before it was this was the extra computer room for a long time. While both the boys had the two rooms downstairs. Then I lost my computer room up here to downstairs while my youngest moved to this one, so I didn't have to deal with his brother downstairs. And so I finally got this room back again. But so yeah. Um oh man. That's one way to do it. One way to keep from being in on the carpool. That's one thing I refused was would not get a minivan. No way would I do a minivan. No, because I could just hear it now. Because we coached AAU basketball for both boys, and we had a VW Fox station wagon, which it's been about 2 years now that we got rid of it finally. I love that car. That was a blast. And when its springs, hadn't been compressed and everything, that thing had clearance like you would not believe. Um, we sold it to a kid here who wanted to use it for a daily driver for the low gas mileage. He ended up selling it to a guy who took it to Utah to some guy who fixed Brazilian cars up on YouTube. So somewhere out there's a YouTube video of my old car being fixed up. And a Taurus, a Ford Taurus, and then we went to a Ford Sable. I would not get a minivan because I didn't want everybody and their dog going, "Oh, can you just bring him home too?" No. And the Fox was perfect because it was only seated 4 people. So, oh my God. I loved it. I love that car. I took it on some four-wheel drive roads that I didn't know were four-wheel drive roads until the sheriff stopped me and said, "Do you know where this is a four-wheel drive road?" I'm like, "It is?" I just saw directions we're going to oh, Kristen would know. What was it? Desert Sun or I can't remember what it's called. It's that deserty place by the Tri-Cities. I can't think of what it's called. But I somehow ended up taking a shortcut from Benton City that way. So it handled it just fine. I mean, it handled it going to the mountains just fine, and yeah, it was a blast to drive. Stick shift, just a 4-speed. I got to the point when I was driving. Yep, Desert Springs. That's it. That's the place. I had to go pick up, I forget who it was, the oldest there with a friend or whatever. Desert Springs. I had to go pick them up, but I ended up taking some shortcut behind Benton City, and it wasn't a problem. But yeah, I was rather surprised, and so was the sheriff's deputy when he stopped me and told me. I mean, we'd use that thing and go over from the back of Weenass to Ellensburg. That's a pretty drive. That's a really pretty drive. I don't know what it's like now, but back then it was a pretty drive. This next weekend, I'm hoping to go rescue, fix, work on a geocache. If anybody's geocached before, it's I loved someone's description years ago. Yeah. Oh, I don't think it was then because I think they were at a kind of bike thing. And, um, someone called it using, let's see, using millions of dollars worth of satellites to find Tupperware in the woods. So I have to go fix our Tupperware in the woods. I got to see if it's burnt, where if it went to that burn area. That's still cool that you still got up to the mountains. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is small. Mm, yeah. Is it bad now? Because I remember back. Okay. Now, mind you, it's not there anymore. And when I turned of age, it's not there anymore. But back in that area, there used to be an adult drive-in, and you could see it from the freeway, the highway. Well, back then it was a highway before it became a freeway. Yeah, they all had their little individual screens. You sat in front of your car. Yeah, I think there's a bunch of houses where that was now, but uh, that used to be quite funny to think that over there it was a driving by an adult movie theater because us kids, you know. Oh God, I bet. I bet. Yeah. Of course, us kids, when we're, teenagers, are trying to figure out what the hell they're watching on those tiny screens. We never could figure it out, but it was just funny just to think about it. Yeah. That's yeah. I got to go up where the Snyder Springs fire was by Bumping Lake. Was it 3 years ago now? And see how bad it was. It- Someone said they found it, and we haven't had the time to go up there. And well, it was the burn area, so I was like, make sure everything's out, make sure everything. If the tree's gonna fall over, it's fell over by now. And I want to get up there, and it's supposed to be partly cloudy, so I really want to get up there and get some pictures. Oh, and then take a friend of mine who's dying to get back. We went huckleberrying, and she had forgotten how nice it was to get up into the mountains. So she's like, anytime you want to get away, just holler. I'll go with you. So no, Bumping Lake is up Chinook Pass, 410. It's so you go when you're leaving Natchez, you either go 12 White Pass or go straight to Chinook Pass. And Chinook Pass is the one that closes halfway. It's closed from November till the end of May. It's really steep when you get up towards the top, but that's where you've got Lake Tipso, Natchez Peak Loop Trail, um, bathrooms you don't want to use. It's on the Pacific Crest Trail. I will pee in the woods before I will pee in those bathrooms. So, yeah. Yeah. Somewhere on my Instagram, I have a picture. Typical Washington. The box where you fill out your trip permits, or not, well, not really your trip permits, but your trip, where you're going when you're heading, say, out wilderness hiking, so I guess they can know where to find you or get an idea. There's a picture of a glass pipe and a lighter inside of one of those boxes, and I'm like going, "Yep, we're in Washington. We are in Washington." So, of course, I just thought that was hilarious. Left it, took a picture, posted it on Instagram, and because now when that shit, it's too late. I bet Wenatchee has this place, because Wenatchee's like, if you guys see my hikes, my little ones I've gone live in here locally, which I need to get out and do now that it's cooler again. Sagebrush. Wenatchee's a lot of sagebrush, maybe a few pine trees. They have this place called, I think it's called Omi Gardens, and it is gorgeous. It's stunning, but it's only open for so long. Some guy in the beginning of the 1900s kind of wanted to make it more mountainy instead of so deserty feeling. That I wanted to get up there for the fall weather, but I think they'll be closed by the time their season closes or whatever. I've only been there once, and I'm an hour and a half away. That's I want to get back there and get pictures and stuff. Now that I'm far better at picture taking than I used to. Gosh. I remember waiting 2 weeks to find out all the pictures you took sucked. Now you can just look at it and go, delete, delete, delete. Oh, that black blurry thing. Oh, that was a raven. Delete. Oh, I've got to calm down after today. And I haven't had any. I was like going, I've had caffeine. Half a cup of coffee. Okay, this is 1.5 of these now, and a half a cup of coffee. That's all the caffeine I've had today. So I think once my brain stops processing all the things from the all the lidocaine and the novocaine wear off, I'm gonna collapse. So, and I have the little redhead today, next 3 days. And I gotta tell her mom the 9th, I'm not gonna be here. I'll be over in Issaquah. I'm not staying the night this time. I want to, but my budget says not right now. Because this will be the payday where every bill needs to be paid. So it'll be an up and back, which is, I'll save his days for vacation days for when, hopefully, if it's a day surgery, I will definitely stay at an Airbnb. But instead of trying to ride up and back and not feel good. Yeah. But this is one day down. I have to get through Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But had I waited for Yakima Oncology, I probably never would have got a call for another month and a half. And as much as I can cram in before the 31st I'm going to do it. I had to tell daughter. I told her to come in Friday night. I gave her I don't know if anyone's seen it on Facebook, my unbiological daughter, the little necklace and whatever. I thought it looked like a paper clip, but it kind of looks like 2 chains. Thank you, Kristen. I gave it to her and I told her what's going on. And I said, this is the one that has the most survivability with it. It doesn't look like it's in the lymph nodes. It's just 5 millimeters, cut it out, done, over with, And she kind of, I could tell it hurt. Because then it brought back memories of mom. And then her mom's she found her lump was good size. It had gotten into, I think, her lymph nodes and ended up into her brain. So I had to tell her, but should be at the doctor's office by now, getting for the follow-up from her surgery, getting her benign lumps taken out. So yeah, so I want all this done. Another reason I want this done as much and fast as I can, so that I can say it's all gone, it's done, nothing else to worry about. So yep. So unfortunately, the first biopsy in 22 was just calcified. The second one is cancerous. The third one, I'm hoping, is just blech, just squishy material that's benign. That's what I'm hoping for. Because if they have to take 2 of them and they're spaced about this far apart, I'm either going to have 2 or 1 big long one. So, yeah. I don't know. Hopefully they took most of today's out with a biopsy. I guess I can understand it. Because she asked, "You're the one who doesn't want to see her sample." And I'm like, "Oh, no, I want to see my sample." You know, I guess it'd probably make a lot of people squeamish. I'm the person who can sit there and watch Dr. Pimple Popper and have no problems at all. So, yeah, it doesn't bother me a bit. So, I'm starting to get a headache. Too much has gone through my brain right now. But like I said, y'all can call me Patches for the next few days. And I'm going to log off here and plug in the air conditioner so I can go start looking for that bag. Because I've got a whole external hard drive of my granddaughter. That's another reason I need to empty this out onto the external. So, all right, guys, I love you all. I will be back tomorrow. Probably a little bit more relaxed. God, I hope so. I should be. But shall we end this the right way? All my love, Miss Dragon. And away we go.
Thank you for being part of Miss Dragon's menagerie. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All my love, Miss